Hey everyone, welcome to Tower Visuals at your go-to spot for creative expression, hyper-realistic drawing and artistic growth. So today we are diving deep into the world of ballpoint pen drawing, what it is, why it is special, what tools you need and how you can start drawing today even if you've never tried it before. So if you're into creativity, storytelling through ink, mastering your pen like a pro, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. So what exactly is ballpoint pen drawing? So ballpoint pen drawing is simply the use of a regular ballpoint pen, yes, the same one you used to write, to create detailed artwork, illustrations, or even hyper-realistic portraits. It started as a casual dawdling in school books, but over time it grew into a full-blown art style. Artists around the world now use ballpoint pens for exhibitions and professional projects. So what makes it unique is the control, discipline and patience required for its execution. So every line you make is permanent, which forces you to think before you draw. So and that is where the beauty lies. So let's talk about the tools you'll be needing for a ballpoint pen art creation. So ballpoint pens are the very first materials you'll be needing. So they come in different brands and colors. I personally use Schneider pens in orange, brown, green, pink and red, and a host of other colors. So they are smooth, precise and great for layering. You can also try big paper mats or any brand that gives you steady ink flow. So just make use of the pen that works well with you. So for the paper, it is advisable you use a smooth thick paper or probably a Bristol board, something that can handle a lot of strokes without bleeding or tearing. Sketchbooks with minimal texture work well too though. So other supplies needed include a ruler for line guides, a pencil for light sketching, and a soft eraser to clean up your base drawing. Just don't erase pen marks because you actually can't. So budget tip, you don't need fancy tools. Yes, you just need your pen in your pockets and your paper from your notebook. What matters most here is not just the fancifulness of your art supplies, but your consistency, your patience and perseverance. So we'll be delving into the core techniques behind ballpoint pen drawing. So mastering this will actually set your foundation for a very hyper-realistic ballpoint pen drawing. So one of the shading techniques we have is, and the most used one is the hatching. So it involves straight lines in one direction. We also have the cross hatching, lines crossing each other to darken areas. We got the stippling, using dots to build on. And the thing about stippling is that if you're the type that wants to go deep in your detailing skill in hyperrealism, it is important and essential you learn the whole of stippling method, because stippling is that extra ingredient that add more depth and illusion of hyperrealism to your work. We also have scribbling. Scribbling actually consists of controlled messy strokes for texture effects. That's why most times when you see artists draw their hair, they make use of some circular strokes to come up with the strands of the hair and stuff like that. So that's what scribbling is meant for. It's meant for the shading of the hair, and most times some artists get to use it for detailing too. So unlike pencils, you don't smudge pen, you layer it. Slowly build the tone by going over areas multiple times carefully. So always start with light tone. Be patient. Let the strokes grow gradually and avoid rushing the dark tones, because many a times, what people don't know is that hyperrealism is something that funnily teaches you how to be patient, even oblivious to you. Most times you'll be like, why is this thing taking long? It was structured in a way to build and strengthen our patience faculty. So here is a truth a lot of beginners miss. Ballpoint pen drawing teaches you patience like no other medium. Like I said earlier, it is slow, unforgiving. It is also meditative. Every stroke you make builds not just the artwork, but you as an artist. So when I started, I made a lot of mistakes, but I didn't quit. And you shouldn't either. So remember, there is no undo button, but every error becomes a part of the journey. And there is this thing about ballpoint pen drawing. For every strokes you make on your paper, it must come from a point of intentionality. That means you must be intentional with every strokes that comes on your drawing. That's how you can actually go far in this art movement. So ready to try it out? Let's start with something simple like drawing an eye or a leaf. So these subjects teach line direction, shading and patience. So I will be posting. Here is actually a quick time lapse for me doing a basic eye drawing. Now it's your turn to pick any object around you. It might be a spoon, your hand, or your keys. Draw it using only a ballpoint pen. Focus on light pressure and gradual shading. You'll be surprised how fast you improve. Try it and tag me on Instagram or comments below. Let's build this creative community together. So this is just the beginning. In future episodes, I'll be showing you how to draw realistic textures, how to build a hyper-realistic portrait, and eventually how to find your unique pen style. So if you're serious about growing as a ballpoint pen artist, or even if you're just curious, stay tuned. Drop your questions in the comments. What is the biggest challenge you face when drawing with a pen? I would love to hear from you. So thank you for watching Tower Visuals Arts. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share with a fellow artist, and subscribe for more content like this. Until next time, keep creating, keep growing. Tower Visuals out there.